spirit speaking, truth seeking, heart reaching, knowledge leaking, seeds sowing, harvest reaping, man of meager means. I have yet to leave, I'm still breathing. To quit, I have no reason. I mean, I'm asleep, but I be trying to live my dreams. I cannot even act if it's all easy. Either you gon' do it or you don't. Really, it ain't no in between. Baby, you can ask the sun. It's an everyday thing. Consistency in your routine is how you bring reality. Working like a slave is how I made this masterpiece. Living like a god, I lay at night, I rest in peace. They remember me, but I am not Haram or beef.
MyPDFBooks.com. That's books with a Z.
Once again, this broadcast has been brought to you by MyPDFBooks.com. That's books with a Z, where reading funds the mental. Also brought to you by BindedBooks.com, where treasures are bound. Be sure to go to herbsofmyaunt.com and get all of your teas. My Aunt Son's Tea of Teas, divinely prepared. And be sure to check out all of those musical stylings by Brian Hicks Bay at bhbaymusic.com. And for your everyday items and religious regalia, be sure to check out Mohr'sHaberdasher.com. And for that everyday especial Mohr's drip, be sure to check out Mohrsachi.com. And all of these companies are powered by ALO Design Pros. Design your online business strategy today. And without further ado, we introduce to you Sheik Kari Goodman Bay.
Yeah. Peace, family, peace. How y'all doing, man?
Excellent, excellent. Love, Sheik.
You can do it. If you want it, you can do it. Or you won't, baby. It ain't no in between it. Hey, if you touch the sun, it's an everyday thing. You don't believe reality. Working like a slave. It's not the peace. Peace. God, I lay at night. Woo!
Come on.
But it's better to give than to receive. So let me put these in your righteous ear.
Ooh. Come on. It's long.
Boy, Brian said it's better than to give than to receive.
That's right. It is. That's absolutely correct.
So let me give these tools. Let me put these jewels in your righteous ear.
I love
it's long.
Come on, man. Can we get our Moorish American prayer, Noble Malik? Then behind that, Noble Brian, can you get how the BBT believe? And then we're going to get right to the teachers.
Yes, sir.
Allah, Father of universe, Father of love, truth, peace, freedom, and justice. Allah is my protector, my guide, my salvation, by night and by day, through his holy prophet, Drew Ali, Sheikh Goodman Bay. Shalom Aleichem, Irish, Islamism, peace, 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 inshallah, and Ashe.
Peace, peace.
Peace, peace, peace. So, the scientific introduction to the divine pattern of the Mosaic Tabernacle, including the Mohr Salat. So, scientific study will illuminate the student that Yahweh, our Elohim, God, the creator of the stellar and ecclesiastical universe, has stipulated in all Bibles, regardless of the translation, a pattern that he, Yahweh, Elohim, gave Moses in Mount Sinai in the year 1490, BBY, erroneously referred to as BC. It is by a profound knowledge of the construction and operation of this divine pattern of the Mosaic Tabernacle in relationship to every created object in the universe, whether visible or invisible, that will reveal the answer to every question concerning Yahweh Elohim and Yahshua the Messiah, as he really is, and his eternal purpose and plan. The Burning Bush Tabernacle Science Temple and School is not a church, but a school of research, founded with the idea in mind to delve into every branch of science according to the pattern of the tabernacle, man made in the image of God. In Mohr science, it is an acronym that reads Allah, and it stands for arm, leg, leg, arm, head. To find the answer to every question that has plagued the student from the foundation of the world, thus proving the unerring accuracy and infallibility of the Bible. In research and study, we always use the true Hebrew names of the unity of the spirit of the so-called Godhead. Instead of the title God as the Father's name, we are using the correct Hebrew name, Yahweh. Instead of Jesus Christ as the Word, or son's name, we are using Elohim, which is the correct Hebrew title of the Father, Yahweh, in super and corporal form. For the Holy Spirit, which is Yahweh Elohim, manifested in a physical body, we are using the correct Hebrew name, Yahshua, the Messiah. These holy names may seem to be a private interpretation, which we, the Burning Bush Tabernacle, have invented, but through research and study, with a good encyclopedia or dictionary, anyone can discover for themselves of this great error. There was no letter J in any language until the Middle Ages. Neither was there ever a letter equivalent to the J in the Hebrew language. Therefore, such names as Jesus or Jehovah are impossible renderings of the true name of the Father and the Son. Here at the BBT, our aims are as follows. 1, to illuminate the student to find and know Yahweh, our Elohim, as he really is and exists. 2, to form a nucleus of universal brotherhood in humanity, in Yahshua the Messiah, without distinction of race or nationality, creed, sex, caste, or color. 3, to investigate the unexplained spirit law or so-called law of nature and the powers latent in man. 4, to encourage and promote the study of the scriptures, comparative religions, psychology, philosophy, modern practical and occult sciences. 5, to remove spookism, superstition, skepticism, and ignorance. 6, to learn, know, and understand the operation of Yahweh's eternal purpose through the dispensations and ages. 7, to discern and avoid being deceived by Lucifer, the serpent, the devil, the dragon, or Satan, and his demons, operating the mystery of iniquity on earth through the dispensations of time. 8, to earnestly contend for the common salvation and faith which was once delivered to the sons or children of Yahweh. 9, to make known that Yahweh from the beginning ordained there is no other name given among men whereby man can be saved, saving the name Yahshua the Messiah. And last but not least, 10, to inherit eternal life now in the kingdom of Yahshua the Messiah with the hope of immortal glorification in the new earth state. And with that, I say Islam, amen, and peace, 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 peace.
Peace, 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 brother. Gratitude, Noble Brian, for eloquently explaining our pillars, how we operate here at the BBT. But Noble, if you don't mind putting up a piece, Noble Ron, if you don't mind putting up the first document, Noble, the book that I had you download a second ago.
Yes, sir.
Like I said, if anybody on here, if y'all want one of these shirts, man, it's a prototype. We're going to be putting more stuff out as we continue to do. Love, truth, peace, freedom, justice, protector, guide, salvation. You know how we get down. So, brothers and sisters, we're looking at some pictures. And what we're here to do today is to have a discussion. Oh, matter of fact, before I get started, let me grab one more document because my main topic, light bulbs, is going to start connecting. You're going to be like, uh-oh, in a beautiful way. So hold on. Oh, where is it at?
We'll be back after this short commercial break. No. Lucas.
Sorry, y'all. Give me 1 second.
Yeah.
I got it. My bad. My bad. I had to take a quick break because as I'm teaching, things be popping in my head, and I be wanting to grab the documents, and I want y'all to, be like, okay. And if you have the time, if you got it in your file name, you can pull it up. So let's proceed. Islam.
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 All right. So we're looking at pictures. So when people be trying to say, well, this is not that and that is not this, I can show you pictures in Egypt of the Tetrarchs, the Moors, of St. Maurice, the real statues that's in the museums. So we don't have to be here questioning nothing when people always doubting. Even when I was getting my master's degrees, you always have those ones that tried to doubt scholarship. They tried to doubt John Henry Clark. They tried to doubt Sheikh Anta Diop. Even when I show you the first century European writers, they try to say that they were radicals because they were going against the grain, telling the truth. So as you're looking at these pictures, let's just look at the pictures. And then when you see who the authors of these books, you have to be like, wait a minute. Then you have to see who the painter of these books. And then when you get the book, I told y'all, Thomas Jefferson Quran, right on the front, and you see who? The young Mohr on the horse, pinpointing his land. And the young Mohr is not dressed like the Thomas Jefferson, he's dressed like the Mohr. See, these are just facts. Keep going page up. Noble Brian, if you can. Can you scroll up? I just want to touch on this a little bit and we're going to go on. Lucas, Cronox, St. Maurice. You can keep going page up. You can keep going page up. Keep going. Keep going. You're finna stop at a picture real fast. Watch. All right. When you get to there, just stop for me when you pull it all the way up. Now, my empress sitting right here doing her thing because, she's the artist behind all these beautiful shirts and designs. I got to keep promoting her. But anyway, a couple years ago, we went to this Greek festival at this big Catholic church. I already knew about Russian icons and all that. I knew about Russian icons, but at that time, I didn't have access to the Russian icons by Vladimir Ivanov. This was given to me. I got the original book. All y'all have it. My professor was like, "You not paying attention?" And I'm like, "Oh," I started connecting dots. A lot of times, a lot of stuff hidden in the icons. They are Russian icons, biblical icons. Even the film I showed y'all in a text stream, you could probably play that, of the Ethiopian brother showing the Bible. He's saying 15th century. It might be 17th century, but it's showing them all melanated. It's no doubt. And then they be trying to say what Putin done brought out. No, this is already there. It's Russian icons. I got the book. It's right here in my hand. Of the who? The saints. I mean, hello? It should start resonating. Think about what am I saying? It should start resonating. They don't be telling you the whole truth and nothing but the truth. Look at these pictures. Page up. Look, and I'll read a description. With his regal, bearing luxurious silver armor, just like on my head. This ain't no slave. This is a Moorish. This is a royal Moorish head on my head, on my turban. Armor, plum hat, the black soldier, the St. Maurice, is commanding presence among the Metropolitan Museum's significant collections of works by Lucas Cronaca, the elder, 1472 to 1553, and his workshop. The whereabouts of the painting have been unknown since it was offered for sale in 1946 at a park burnt auction, and its reappearance in 2005 caught the museum by surprise. It had been in various private collections, the last of which was within walking distance of the Metropolitan in the apartment of the Fifth Avenue. I told you I can take y'all to art museums in Europe and Britain, all Moorish. When we go back, if we take a trip to Mexico again, say we go to Cancun, we can go right down to the Old Museum. It ain't far. It's been a various private collections, the last of which was within walking distance of the Metropolitan. It was in an apartment. In fact, remained hidden. However, until the most recent owner, Miss Eva F. Colesman, declared that she wished to bequeath the painting to meet up her dead. Since 2005, when the painting arrived at the museum, scholarly research and technical examination have provided new insights into the work itself and its historical context. As a result, St. Maurice has now been revealed as an important and complex work of German Renaissance art. Just like I told y'all, they don't want to tell the truth about what's my brother name? Henry Hoosier, the brother that was a minister that got all not only got all the misnomer blacks, but got the misnomer whites with him too. And they don't want to tell you that Henry Hoosier legacy in Indiana. Research what I'm telling you. And Europeans talk about this. See? And just like me and my dad, man, my dad, I told y'all, found our family, my dad's here in America, in Florida, 1801, Goodmans. My family. You know? Family. Blood. You know?
Yep.
As a result, St. Maurice is now being revealed an important a work of Germany, a German Renaissance art produced the tumultuous years of the Reformation and charged with religious and political meaning. Pull the page up again, Noble Brian. Look at the brother. See, this is the history, like my professor was saying, like, you have to teach this sheet and your people have to listen. We listen, we get it. I put this all in scholarship. I put all this on academia. And I got even more. I'm just giving a schoolmaster. Man, I got way more pictures. I got way more pictures that the Catholic Church have behind the gold rope. Way more. And nobody can deny it. And then if they do, I got Russian icons right here by Vladimir Ivanov. Look up and see how much that book costs. And when I get in my main topic, boy, light bulbs gonna start coming on. This ain't no hate. But see, if the truth will make you free. That's right. Lucas Cranach, the elder, German, 1472, 1555. The workshop. Look at St. Maurice. Look at the picture. 1520, 25. This is oil on linden, wood. Got the diameter of the picture and everything. It's at the Metropolitan Museum of Art in New York. We can go and see it. That's why I be telling people, stop the cap. We matter. Well, God just love everything. We ain't say God is love. Now that things being revealed, it don't matter. Yes, it do. Let's go to the next picture, brothers. South German master, active early, the 16th century, St. Maurice and the Theban Legion. The Theban Legion. Wait till I get to the main topic. It's going to be beautiful. 15, 15, and 20. This is an oil on wood painting, collection of Maurice von Sari, the hair of Jaquez, gold sticker, New York. Look at them, look, a black saint, venerated in German, archdiocese, according to the Passio Marium, which is the Passion of the Martyrs of Agnum, written between 443 and 450, y'all, by Eucharist. D, 450. See, this is the early church fathers. They can't deny it. They don't want to talk about this. The bishop of Linus, Mauritius, known today as Maurice, was a native of Thebes, Egypt, who became a high-ranking officer in the Roman army in the 3rd century. The legion he commanded was composed entirely of Christians, normally deployed in the east. He and his soldiers were sent from Egypt to the west to assist Emperor Maximian, circa 250 to circa 310, in a campaign against the insurgents, Gauls. When Maximum gave the order to persecute the Christians there, Maurice and his legionaries refused to move their camps to Agonum, present-day St. Maurice in Valais, in southwestern Switzerland, y'all. Even after the emperor retaliated twice, by disseminating the legion's rank, Maurice and his remaining companions did not obey. Although they respected the military orders, the soldiers would not renounce their Christian faith. Maximian, demanding unconditional obedience, thereupon had the entire Theban legion executed, and the authenticity of the legion of the martyrdom of Saint Maurice and his companions have been much debated. A second anonymous account, you got the picture, gratitude, chronicled between 475 and 500, differs from the time. The court of Saint Maurice was first associated with the royal house of Burgundy in the 6th century, 515, in Valais, in Sigismund, the Burgundian prince, who will become king in 516, established a basilia. I got the book over there, and I can show you the tetrarchs of the Moors, the statues, Moors, and they broke off the noses in Egypt. See, these is facts. And a monastery to commemorate the masses, y'all. See, this should be mind-blowing, of devotees who throned there. And in the 20th century, the cult was further promoted by the Ottoman dynasty. I can go on, but let's go page down. I just want you to just go through some of the pictures, because I don't want to stay too far in this book. You can just go page down. Anybody can add or say anything you want or add to it. Just look at some of the pictures and then you start studying it and reading, where if you're not an educator and a scholar, now it's not just European albion or Trinidite, it's misnomer Black people with that Negro-centric stuff too, that'll try to deny the truth. So don't be colorblind with the truth. Right. Because I know so many professors and educators that don't look like me or you that know what I'm talking about. Hell, they wrote the books. And then when you go to the Netherlands, you see Swarty Pyatt, Black Pete. So I just want y'all to look at some of this pictorialness when you're looking at things. Yeah, go through it a little bit more, and we're gonna go to the next time. We on great time. This is what kids should be having. When you read this, you're gonna start seeing things like, wait a minute. You're gonna be start connecting biblical history. You're gonna start connecting everything. It's gonna all start connecting dots. You're gonna see why. You're gonna see why. You're gonna see all the legacy. You're gonna start connecting the biblical scriptures with the Russian icons. You're gonna see how in Maccabees, how it said the heathen tried to whitewash themselves in the history books. You're gonna see it all. You're going to see in Russia icons. You're going to see in Greek, you're going to see all what? The icons. Who the icons? The biblical icons, the 1st century icons that they talk about in the biblical scripture. And wait till I get in the main topic. It's going to be, I'm going to give you undeniable proof. That's why I don't be caring what nobody be trying to say. It's whitewash history. That's why I be telling my misnomer homies, religious people, talk about the Bible or some white man book. Man, you just been taught wrong. And whoever teaching you, hey, they don't know. That's why I be telling people. It's like, clearly you don't know.
True.
Clearly you don't know history. Biblical history. No history. Clearly, we don't know. Clearly. Look at that. Look at that, nobles. Man, brothers should be looking at that like, wait a minute. And then you get people trying, well, they wasn't this, they wasn't Black. Of course, they was icons. They was Russian icons. They was ancient and modern British. Of course, they wasn't Black, because Black wasn't used to describe ethnicity in the 1st century. Smart guy. We know that. But they skin tone was Black, because let me give you some biblical history. Okay, the Bible that was the Great Bible was translated from the 1599 Geneva Bible. In the 1599 Geneva Bible, you know what they call you? You know what they call you?
Black.
They call you a Blackamoor. They call you a Blackamoor. In the 1599 Geneva Bible. You don't believe me? Go in there in Jeremiah. And they say, could the Blackamoor this? Could the Blackamoor change his spot? Just like a lubricant. Can the Blackamoor this? The Blackamoor this? The Blackamoor this? See, these is facts. Keep going. Yeah. Well, they wasn't African American. Oh, no shit. Excuse my candor. Y'all still there? You seeing these? Y'all
Yeah,
look?
we still here.
Okay. You can keep going a little bit more, Brian. Just want us to see, you know, when because a lot of times, a lot of us brothers, like me and my empress said, they ain't read a damn thing. They were like, just like I talk about the book, the Demonology, the King James, when you see goof Nick NBCs and European Albion's trailer, like, look, King James, his demonic Bible. Clearly, you ain't open the Bible. I mean, open that book. Because if you did, it's denouncing all the crap. That's why I said propaganda and people and crap. You know they ain't opened nothing and read it. How? By the words that come out of their mouth. I ain't got to tell you stupid. You gonna show me you stupid. How? By the words that come out of your mouth. Don't be mad at me talking about sheep. That's a bad word. No, it ain't. No, it ain't. Look it up in the dictionary.
What's a bad word? What, ignorance?
Y'all seeing this?
Uh-huh.
All,
He got a
everybody
cane right there. He got a cane in his hand. L shape too.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, yeah.
And he was the overweight one.
And watch the next one. Watch the next after y'all start the next email I sent you. We have to be liberated. We have to feel good. And if you want more, and if you want no more history, I said you can trace yourself in history and Bible. Why in the Bible, in the 1599 Bible, it called you a blackamoor? Why? Why? Of course, you have Tawny Moors, you have Swarty Moors, you have brunette, because brunette, you know, just like Henry, Indigo.
Uh-oh.
Look at them, bro. Look at that.
What battle was this?
Look at these pictures. Can't deny it. You can't deny the caption under everything, and I hope everything explain everything. You know, let me see. Let me go back to it, because we ain't, like I said, we in Sunday school. We learning. We showing, like, you people like proof. Here go proof. What we talk about, like, yeah, like, what else do you want? You know, for real though, Malik. Like what do people be talking about?
They want the world to see.
Prejudice how somebody because history been cherry picked. Because history been cherry picked. Because this what about white cargo? What about they were white and they were slaves? What about the Arab slave trade? When people be swearing about some transatlantic slave trade, when it wasn't even like that. When the One World Tartarian Scholarship, which is another European scholar, will show you and prove that it ain't like that.
Through mathematics.
You know? History telling that. You see the brother with the crown. Did you go back? Did you see the brother on horse with the crown, with the banner on it, with the shield? Now, and Mason, when you go back to that brother on there, if you can pull it, you see that brother with the shield. When you see on Mason, you see the double edge eagle sword. You got to start looking at history. And when just like when I was thinking yesterday about our Kemetic science, you know, it's all ancient history, all of it. When you start looking,
that's a goat, a ram's head on his crown.
Come on, man. You know, I want us to remove the spookism. Can you go to the next one, Brian? I sent you. I sent you another one with Saint Maurice, not the Rashidi one, but I think I sent you one with Saint Maurice and the House of the Blackheads in Riga, Latvia. I'm gonna show, and we're gonna go through that a little bit too. You got that one, Brian? Do I need to resend it?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure I just got to decipher which one it is.
Take your time. Take your time. As soon as you pull it up, you will see Saint Maurice, a big one with the flag, you know, before the Moorish heads in the middle.
but it's the Corsica flag. I'm still in my subtopic. I'm almost done with the subtopic. I'm about to jump in the main topic. It's gonna be like boom, 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 boom. That's what I'm saying. Turbans up, baby.
Turbans.
There you go. Yeah, that one. There you go. Okay. There you go. Yay, yay. Oh, it half paged on yours. Y'all see that? That's St. Maurice and the House of the Blackheads in Riga, Lativa. Oh, his head. Oh, it's missing the picture cut in half on there.
Yeah.
Okay. But a close-up of the exterior of the House of the Blackheads in the Old Town Riga's Town Hall Square, featuring the Brotherhood of the Blackhead Patrons, St. Maurice. And this is what Europeans saying. Listen to the context. The second I saw the exterior of the House of the Blackheads in Riga, I was intrigued. And I was not intrigued because of the Brotherhood of the Blackheads is an association of local unmarried male merchants, ship owners, and formed active in Latvia during the early 1400s. I was intrigued because this obviously gorgeous modern looking building in the town hall square has a black man and silhouettes of black men. Not only a black man and silhouettes of black men featured prominently on the building's exterior. Did you hear what I just said, y'all? Come on now.
The building's exterior.
Okay. Now these Europeans talking. You hear me?
Yeah.
Okay. The Blackhead's name and the black men featured in the in the pictures would make one thing: this building and association has something to do with actual black men. You know, but then he said the European, like, you know, I wanted to figure out the origin of the Brotherhood of the Blackheads. You know, name and oddly enough from the Brotherhoods, the Saints, the Black Egyptian Christian, Saint Maurice. Like a lot of this stuff was already had, like Coptic Christianity. We already had monotheism. We already knew this. Saint Maurice and the likeness depicted as a dark-skinned man. You know, why these group of white males chose black males' face and the name of black heads to identify their guild? Well, no one really knows. See, this is what they say. You do know why.
To hide it.
Because when you look at the time period, what was there, you look at the saints, that who they were. You look at who the Egyptians were, the ancient Egyptians, just like David McRitchie say, who the ancient Immortal Britons, just like Russian Icons by Vladimir Ivanhoe show you who all the biblical icons are. Come on now. We ain't here to say we think we know. The history is going to always speak the truth. Yep. That's all we saying. Page down a little bit, Brian, because I don't want to speak too much on this picture because I want to go to the next one. But page down, you're gonna see a picture. Boom! Look at that. Look at the picture. Look at the sister with the right there taking the picture. Where he's at. Look how big it is. You see the Brotherhood cross? Don't that red cross remind you of the Corsica cross? Yes, it is, with the Moorish heads in the middle. You know it is. You know it is. You know it is. Y'all see that beautiful picture? Y'all see that beautiful picture, Nobles?
Yes, sir.
Yep.
Page, go to the next picture, Nobles. Look at the brother.
Corsica head.
Oh, they want a better picture. Page up, Brian. Page up a little bit. One more. Oh, wait. You missing something? Oh, so your Moorish. I want to show that Moorish head after the. Yeah, right over the top of. Go back down. You see you can't blow that picture up, right? Yeah, that right there. Look at that. Look at that.
Yep.
So when I be telling y'all to look up your coat of arms, y'all feel me, Crest? Your coat of arms. When I be telling you, I don't care if nobody else say they slave. That's them. They don't understand. They don't want to learn. But you're not no slave. I'm not no slave. My family was here in the early 1800s. My wife got pictures of her great-great-grandma here in America in the tribe with the turban, with her curly Q like Superman, a native woman. Where? In America. I don't know what people be talking about. I'm not going to let nobody tell me who I am. I'm going to tell you, for the record, I have the right. The Declaration of Human Rights, Article 15, clearly tell you. The law has been telling us. All the laws I've been showing you, all the constitutional laws, everything been showing you. What the free color men even said in 1838, when they was talking about we ain't down with no 14th Amendment and all that stuff. Before 1866, all this stuff, and we still not understanding. So I'm not arguing with nobody. I'm gonna let you know what it is and who we are as a community for the record. Page up, keep going. Look at a couple more of them pictures. Look at that, but look at that big monument. Did you see that big Mohr's monument? All this stuff was Mohr's legacy. Just like I showed y'all the Taj Mahal was a Sultan capital, just like the University of Tampa. Page up, Brian. I wonder why you don't got those other pictures of what's inside and everything, and the pictures of the little. That's weird. That's weird. I have to send you maybe another one because it got more pictures and everything like monuments, but that's okay if it stopped right there. It got pictures of the Moors, like it got a clear picture where she inside of the museum, standing right of a picture of the big old coat of arms it's so big with all those pictures, man, but it's just a big picture. Look, if you get it, if you get a second, Noble, can you put the camera on real fast? I wanted to show you all this real fast. See that? Y'all see that?
Yes, sir.
Look at that, man. Ain't that amazing?
Yeah, that's the coat of arms right there.
Yeah. But not only that, I put in the text stream. Look at the chair. Look at the chair, Noble. Look at the coat of arms chair. Huh? Even the picture where the so-called Mike, look who in the melanation. This there in the museums. When I be telling people, I said, I don't care what nobody whitewashed. I said, we can go to the museums and see what the museums have. Just like the museums got the real picture of Artemis before they whitewashed it. Malik, you remember I said, go get the book. Now the book costs thousands. Look at that. Look at the so-called angels, and you see the black knights in there. They can't be mad. And then you got pictures. They don't make no monuments and no all decked out. Look at you see that? Just like my Moorish head. Just like the Moorish head you got on you that y'all have. Don't I look like him? Look at him. Look at me. Look at him. Look at me. Look at him. Look at me. Him, me, him, me, him, me, him, me, him, me, him, me, him, me. And then when I start showing y'all my family in Florida, you know, when I start showing y'all legacy, Gullah, when I tell people I know where I'm from. I got my family records. We was here in America in 1801. Goodmans. My dad's family. Goodmans. So I don't be arguing with nobody. So Brian. Okay, that's all I want to show.
Yes, sir.
Can you go? Is there any more pictures on there that you want to show?
And that one particular one, I guess it's not loading up all the way, so it's only showing those few pictures that we did see.
Okay. Okay, so I'm gonna show one more. Can you go to the Rashidi one? I sent you one more, and then we're gonna jump in the main topic. because we learning. Y'all all right?
Yes, sir.
Talk to me, brothers and sisters.
Yes, sir. We are quite all right.
All right, all right, all right. Anybody like to read a little bit of the introduction? Do y'all know who Renako Rashidi is? That's the first thing I want to ask, brother. Peace be upon our brother, our scholar, you know, our elder. And that's what I want to say too, man. Like a lot of times when we be talking about things and we be discrediting things that we may not know, brothers, we have so many elders and teachers. How can we be biased over the wisdom? Even European scholars, when I say 5%ers in an analogy of teaching the truth. That's what I say, a 5%er. I'm not here to talk about color because God and hate, it works through man and it works through your makeup. And so just like the prophet said, the prophet did business and he knew who he was. I do business and I know who I am. So I just want to be clear as we continue. Is that all right? Yes?
Islam, without a shadow of a doubt.
I had to get some libations. But one of the most, can you read a little bit of this, Brian? Would you, the intro, just a little bit?
Islam. One of the most exciting, inspiring, and dynamic figures in European history is Saint Maurice. The name Maurice is derived from the Latin and it means like a Mohr. The Black Saint, quote unquote, Maurice, the Knight of the Holy Lance, is regarded as one the great patron saints of the Holy Roman Empire and is one of my favorite personalities in the long history of the African diaspora in Europe. Much of what we know about Saint Maurice is shrouded in myth. The earliest versions of the Maurice story and the accounts upon which all later versions are based is found in the writings of Eugenius, Bishop of Lyons,
Yeah.
circa 450.
That's what we were just talking about.
I don't that pronunciation kind of get me, but I'm gonna go at it again. According to Eucharist, Saint Maurice was a high official in the Thebaid region of southern Egypt, an early center of Christianity. Specifically, Maurice was the commander of the Roman legion of Christian soldiers stationed in Africa. By the decree of Roman Emperor Maximian, his contingent of 6,600 men was dispatched to Gaul in order to suppress the Christian uprising there. Maurice disobeyed the order. Subsequently, he and almost all of his troops were martyred when they chose to die rather than persecute Christians, renounce their faith, and sacrifice to the gods of the Romans. The execution of the Theban legion occurred in Switzerland near Agnum, which later became Saint Maurice in Valais on September 22nd, either in the year 280 or 300. During the second half of the 4th century, the worship of Maurice spread over a broad area in Switzerland, northern Italy, Burgundy, and along the Rhine. Tours, Angers, Lyons, Chalonners, Soane, pardon my pronunciation, and Dijon had churches dedicated to Saint Maurice. By the epoch of Islamic Spain, the stature of Saint Maurice had reached immense proportions. Charlemagne, the grandson of Charles Martel, and the most distinguished representative of the Coraligian dynasty, attributed to Saint Maurice the virtues of the perfect Christian warrior.
Stop right there. Now remember, you heard it. Christian and a statue of him where? In the Islamic culture, right?
Yes, sir.
Yep.
Just like all my Islam Muslims, my Nation of Islam Muslim, I love them all. Just like when they ask, when they say they believe in the teaching of the Bible, but it was tampered with and it must be interpreted by the elite. I agree. But then they say that Father Muhammad is the Mahdi. for not only the Muslims and the Christians. You see that?
Yep.
And so all the way back here, who is the Mahdi for the Christians and the Muslims? St. Maurice, huh? Huh? Islam?
Islam.
Okay. So post some pictures, because I want to get to the main topic. You can page up a little bit if you don't mind, Obi. Because we just told that story. Look at some of the pictures. What do it say under there, Brian? What did the caption say?
This image is by far the greatest and the oldest presented here. It is a statue of St. Maurice in the cathedral in Magdeburg, Germany, done in the year 1240. This may be the first image of St. Maurice portrayed unmistakably
Hey, can somebody put their phone off or something?
black man.
Please, can somebody cut their phone off? There's a lot of noise in the back room. Can't hear Brian. Can you read it again, Nova?
Islam. And it reads, this image is by far the greatest and oldest presented here. It is a statue of St. Maurice in the cathedral in Magdeburg, Germany, done in the year 1240. This may be the first image of St. Maurice portrayed unmistakably as a black man, quote unquote. Year 1240, statue of St. Maurice in the cathedral in Magdeburg, Germany.
Nuku Rashid, that's Maso boy. Is Maso on here?
Islam, yes, sir.
That's Maso boy right there.
Renoko Rashidi standing in front of the statue of St. Maurice in the cathedral in Magdeburg, Germany. These are some of the pictures we had seen earlier from previous documents. Painting of the Christian martyr, St. Maurice, and St. Erasmus in heaven, painted by the German painter Matthias Grunwald around 1500. In the Vienna Artesia, Austria Art Museum. Christian martyrs, St. Erasmus, and St. Maurice in heaven. I call this image Your Knight in Shining Armor, created by Lucas Cranach the Elder, done around 1500, now in the Metropolitan Museum of Art in New York City.
Do that sound familiar? I just gave y'all the book, and that's the museum. The book that I just gave y'all, everything Renoko's saying. When I say I love our scholars, they get it. If it's peer-reviewed scholarly research, you're going to be able to trace it where it come from. That's all I'm saying. And when people try to deny the history, then that shows you that they're a charlatan. You got to argue no one. You know, Renoko, where the museum day in New York, you can go to it, it's right there. It's all saying the same thing. Gratitude. Proceed, brother.
Your knight in shining armor. That's funny. Night and night. It's like the night is the darkness, and the darkness is in the shining armor.
Teach, brother. Teach. Let me cut my camera on. See you, Malik.
This image is in the Gamma. I'm butchering these words. Gammalar Gallery in Berlin.
Yep.
In Berlin.
Yep.
One of my favorite galleries. This painting features, in addition to St. Maurice in shining armor and the center, the Black King, so common in Europe Renaissance art, who came to pay homage to the Christ child in the manger in Bethlehem and St. George.
Yeah.
Saint Maurice once again in shining armor. Look at all of these noble brothers. This image is indeed rare from Germany. It depicts Saint Maurice and the Theban Legion. This painting is apparently in a private collection and was featured in a traveling exhibit on the African presence in the European Renaissance. I was fortunate to be able to take a good photo of it. Like the three preceding pieces, it was done early in the 16th century.
It was all melanated people.
Mm-hmm.
A treasure and a rarity indeed. I took this photo in Riga, Latvia,
Yeah.
on the Baltic Sea at the mouth of the river of Daugava.
Mm-hmm.
During a visit in December 2015, Saint Maurice standing with the flag is from the facade of the House of the Blackheads, a reconstruction from the original done several hundred years ago. Saint Maurice was the patron of the European Merchant Guild known as the Brotherhood of the Blackheads. I have included here the image of Saint Maurice and two heads of Moors above the image.
Yeah, that's the one that was shown earlier.
Yep.
Mm-hmm. They are.
Come on, Malik.
Mm-hmm.
Huh?
Mm-hmm.
The image of Saint Maurice and the two more heads above him.
Yep. Uh-oh.
Image also from Regia, one of the most spectacular of all the images depicting Saint Maurice. An altarpiece, several hundred years old, depicting Saint Maurice with sword and cross, and on each side with splendid images of Moors on each side of him.
They look like the Moors from America almost.
Now, I need me a pendant like that.
You know?
Don't they look like the ones that's in the painting? The Moors that was they found the copper color races here in America.
Mm-hmm.
I'm just saying.
Yeah. Yeah, I got the book. Yeah, of course, the Americans. I got the book. That's why I'll be laughing. I'll be like, man, we can go all over in America. I got the book right down there. It's 3 volumes. European professor.
Saint Maurice with sword facing left. Oh, that's a nice sword right there.
Hey,
So the more
The scripture say, sell your cloak. If you got a cloak and no sword, sell your cloak and get a sword. This a good sword to get.
All right.
A scabbard sword believed to be Saint Maurice's, now in the imperial treasury in Vienna, Austria. And I think that actually concludes the images from this document.
Yeah.
you talk about this, Malik. This is what you talk about.
Yep.
See? We didn't come with facts and document all day. Brother got the terms on everything. And it's 3 volumes. Proceed, Brian. Look at the brother with the turd with the feathers on the back.
So for that document right there, that was the last image.
Oh, okay. All right. So we gave that display. Now we're gonna get in this main topic. We got a little time. I sent y'all the document. It says Siglium Secretum. Siglium Secretum. Remember we talk about Latin and a lot of stuff. You know, I think Malik, I sent you a document a while ago. When you looked at it, you said, and you called me right after. You were like, "Sheik, oh my God, these words." It was like how you get twisted up in law, because a lot of it is Latin and it means something totally different than what the average man is saying if they haven't studied that particular science. Am I right about it, Malik?
Yes, sir.
They can say it all they want to. Now watch this. We're going to talk about a little bit of this. When I said I'm always going to bring up documents because I'm not going to hide nothing. I bring up things for you to compare and contrast. We spoke about this in academia. There's so many documents and things that I had the pleasure to speak upon with professors at GCU, all out here in Arizona, other backgrounds of masonry and crafts and this, that, and the other, and I'm able to stand strong. That's why I said I never get into the lower spirit of debating no one or doing none of those things, because history, it proves itself, and I'm not here to prove nothing. I'm just here to reveal things, to show brothers and sisters that you don't have to let no one tell you who you are. You don't have to take the worst of. You can tell, who you are, and nobody can arbitrarily explain who you are. The laws tell us this. So, just like I say, siglium secretum, right off top, what that means? Secret seal on the image of the blackamoor in European heraldry. We just been showing heraldry, right?
Yes,
Think
sir.
about it now. Now I'm starting to give specifics, and I want y'all to rock with me. Any questions, anything, please say something. A preliminary proposal for the iconographical study by Mario D. Valdez Ye Cockham. Well, no brother. Considering the deep roots of Christianity in the cultural experience of the African American community, it is only natural that even in the most cursory of this discussion on Black history, the hope always is raised of discovering Christ as a man of color. Moreover, it is a global village of television and transatlantic travel. The standard Eurocentric portrayal of Christ is both anomalous and anachronistic, particularly in these racially sensitive times. And this is what the writer wrote back then.
Come on.
Thank you, brother. Let me turn my page a little bit because, okay. It might therefore prove a great source of spiritual strength and psychological affirmation for those of us, and I'm saying what the writer said, we know we're not this, but please stay in context of, and I'm gonna say misnomer African descent. How about that? If a relatively unknown and forgotten medieval European tradition regarding the image of the Black was reconstructed for all to see and share. And when people be trying to get you caught up in religious things, I'll show you what the Protestants said. I got the book. I ain't saying what no Europeans listening. I'm not saying that, but I can show you in history where people be thinking a certain type of science that wasn't yours means something, and it don't. And I can show this scholarshiply from love. But what I'm referring to are the coats of armor of the blackamoor, which proliferated in both the private and the civic European echelons. The uppers, the scholars.
Upper echelon.
Yeah, the coat of arms throughout the 13th, the 14th, and the 15th century. And so just like I showed y'all, when people be mad because it is older Bibles, I ain't gonna say if it was the 15th or the 17th century, but you can find those, and those Bibles have them all melanated. Just to say the same stuff that Russian icons have, Vladimir Ivanov. So how you going to be mad at things? And then right in Russian icons, it tell you that this is one of the most historical books, and it need to be in all college shelves, and all college students need to have it. Why? Why is that the case? If it's some hogwash. See? Y'all still with me?
Yes, sir.
We are.
Okay. Page up. Look at the Moorish heads. Page up. Uh-oh.
Boing, boing, boing. And it still got the same cross, the shield on it too.
Yeah, brother.
Or the T or the cross. It's a cross.
Same stuff I was showing you, St. Maurice, the shield he got. Start looking at the stuff. Due likely to the tradition attached to the Sardinians, the arms, these insignias have been all too fallously explained as the grisly prize of some crusaders' conquest. We know about the slave ship of Jesus Alembic And we know they did use the Moor's head to attract people. Like, we can tell both sides of the story, but we're going to stay in context. The 4 African heads, each displayed in one of the 4 quarters created by the cross on the field, are referred by an early motto associated with this island crest as Trophea, Trophea. The traditional explanation is they represent the 4 Moorish emirs who were defeated by a king of Aragon sometime in the 11th century, and the possibility of a more probable approach to the insignia will be raised further in this teaching, because it's like 3 parts. If we have time, we'll go. Such an interpretation would, of course, be more than welcome today, especially in the face of establishment's attempts to portray, no disrespect, as white the Islamic power that was able to withstand 3 successive waves of European invasions. And a common corollary to this negative view was the African figure became a symbol of evil, universal or personal, that had to be subjugated, here we go, subjugated again, or vanquished, given the economic, the political positions of those with the right to bear arms. The heraldry has had on the imagination of the West has been a very powerful one. And this particular brother's perception of a blackamoor as a symbol of the negative has undoubtedly played an enormous part in the propaganda of racism and hate.
Come on.
Brother Brian, when people be acting like, we talked about this on the college campus, that's why I be laughing at brothers and sisters. I said, man, stop the cap. The imaginary, St. Maurice, modern specialists in the science of heraldry, suspect, however, that this blazing coat of arms of the blackamoor is instead the very opposite of a negative symbol. In the last decade or 2, it has been pointed out that the Moor's head quite possibly could refer to St. Maurice, the black patron, the saint of the Holy Roman Empire from the beginning of the 10th century. Because of his name, native land, St. Maurice, St. Maurice, right? Or where I'm at. Okay, yeah. Right. So that his name, St. Maurice, has been portrayed as black ever since the 12th century. The insignia of the black head, in a great many instances, was probably meant to represent this soldier, a saint, since the majority of the arms awarded were knightly and military, with 666,000 of his African compatriots. St. Maurice had chosen martyrdom. You know, he said he'd rather die than fold. You feel me? Than deny his allegiance to his Lord and Savior, thereby creating for the Christian world the image of the church militant that was as impressive numerically as it was color-wise. Yeah, pull up, yeah, go page up, brother. See, can't get mad at history. I tell you, I'll go to Europe and all these areas, they'll be like, well, you just teach a history and science, they go together. There we are. Here, no doubt, is a major reason why St. Maurice would become the champion of the old Roman Church and an opposition symbol to the growing influence of the Luther and the Calvin and the Protestant. See, if you're a real church scholar, you know what I'm talking about. That's why I be telling brothers and sisters, I said, listen, I'm not here to say that we can just deal with what it is. I'll get in the Book of Mormon and show you how the Book of Mormon come from the view of the Hebrews.
Hello,
nobody can deny that what I'm saying. I'll show you in a Jehovah's Witness book how it talks about clearly of the YHWH and how the name, when I talk about transliteration, and I can show you what's known in all biblical scholarship history. But let's proceed. The fact that he was the same race as the Ethiopian, baptized by St. Philip in Acts of the Apostles, was undoubtedly an important element to his significance as well. Since this figure from the New Testament, I ain't say just New Testament, because we already done showed that, was read as a personification of the Gentile world in its entirety, the complexion of St. Maurice and his Theban legion, the number of which signified the infinite contingent, was also understood as a representation of the church universality, you know, the complexity of it. the Neapolitanness of it, I would like to say. A dogmatic idea no longer tolerated by the Reformation nationalism. Furthermore, it cannot be coincidental that the most powerful of the German princes to remain within a Catholic fold, the Archbishop Albrecht von Brandenburg, not only dedicated, particularly nobles, all the major institutions under his jurisdiction to guess who, y'all? To St. Maurice.
Hello.
But it is, yeah, brothers, but it's today one of the most important paintings of the Renaissance. When I be telling people when I say, okay, one thing you got to do with me, you got to know dispensations. You don't know the dispensations? Well, I'm talking about dispensation called the Renaissance era. Had himself portrayed in sacred conversations with him. Even more blatantly was the action taken by Emmanuel Philibert, Duke of Savoy. All you got to do is ask Europeans from England and all these places. They'll start saying, oi, Mike, well, you know who you are. Because they had a coat of arms on their leg. Or on their arm. Or in a coat like me.
Or chest.
Yeah. In 1572, he organized the Order of St. Maurice, the papal proclamation. That's why they came out with the papal bull and the dumb diverses to try to destroy the black saints. I'm telling you, research what I'm telling you, and then start researching history. Yeah, the papal proclamation published at its institution declared quite unequivocally that the sole purpose for this king, this knighthood, was to combat the Reformation. The order still exists, although it has now combined with the Order of St. Lazarus. The white trefoil cross of the combined order belongs to the former. You see the cross? You see the white cross? You see you see the with the green? Yeah, there you go. There you go. And I don't even got my Rosicrucian. If I have my Rosicrucian thing on, when I be telling people, I said, the average brother that's melanated, they're just not illuminated. And they start accusing like the prophet. You have to be anointed with the wisdom. I came back and bring it to my brothers. I come back with the rose and the cross.
The rose and cross.
I come back, come on, Brian. I come back as a spirit builder. I come back and be transparent with all my brothers. Just like our prophet did. You know?
Yes, sir.
Absolutely, Islam.
But the particular symbol of St. Maurice, blackness, that must have the most antagonized the Protestants faction, however, was the one regarding the mystery of papal authority. See, scholars have been able to show, for example, brothers and sisters, that in the theological debates of this period, even the abstract adjectives, black and white, were defiantly acknowledgeable by apologists of both stripes to represent the church and the reformers respectively. Excuse me. Watch this. Oh yeah, we having a good time, y'all. See, in addition to St. Maurice, there is also another figure connected to the Blackamoor coat of arms. Just like I showed y'all the symbols. Remember I showed y'all the symbols and I showed y'all all those coat of arms and I showed y'all all the history. They know what I'm talking about. Because when Paul was on the road to Damascus, they already had what? They already had the god Artemis. I'm telling y'all, culture is going to start making a plethora of sense. But let's proceed. It is the semi-mythical Negus Emperor or Ethiopia, Prester John. Remember I showed y'all the film of the European young boy that did the spelling bee and they asked him for Negus. Remember?
Yeah, it means emperor.
And he had him, well, give it to me in a sentence. Let me get the etymology of the word. You know?
Yeah, the etymon.
Oh, yeah. Let me get the root, the etymology. Can he put it in a sentence? He didn't say, no niggas, no damn slave from Africa, booty scratcher, over here on some boat.
No, he didn't say that.
He gave a clear definition of what niggas he was talking about, a royal brotherhood, a royal people, Ethiopia, blase splee, blum, 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 blum. Prester John to Otto von Friesen, an imperial Hohenstaufen prince, bishop of the 12th century, who was tired and torn by the endless struggle between the Christian and the state. This black man was both priest and king and ruled a land of peace and plenty at the edge of the world, became the personification of the ideal state. To this day, the arms of this sea of freezing, the name is the bust of a crowned blackamoor. Oh yeah. Because of their ethnic and geographic origins, my brothers, my Moorish brothers and sisters. Oh, thank you for the donation, brother. Somebody sent me a donation and said, man, I can't believe man, brother, believe it. You right here, and that's all I tell brothers when they deal with me. You here, and that's all we can say, and I give you gratitude, my brother. You are a 5%er. You are a 5%er for sharing what you say. You sharing this too. Thank you. Thank you. All I got is gratitude and peace, but let's proceed. And thanks for the kind words. But anyway, it is likely that St. Maurice and his Stephen Legion became associated with Prester John as the ideal soldiers for the ideal state. It should be pointed out, furthermore, that heraldically, since he was the only monarch who could claim the saying real or the royal blood, y'all, of Christ. Of who?
Christ.
Of Christ.
Royal blood of Christ.
Because of his descent from who? Solomon. Prester John was the only individual deemed worthy of the right to bear arms. As arms, the image of what? The crucifix. To bear arms of the crucifix. Not a gun, the earring. Traditionally worn.
You know, you can see that it wasn't a cross, it was a stake.
Because I'm reading. Watch this. The earring traditionally worn by the blackamoor is a reference to this sacred privilege. Oh yeah. Yeah, show the yeah. Watch this, y'all. Watch this. Show the picture as I'm reading. The golden ring in the blackamoor's ear. To understand how these two objects are related to each other, the earring and the image of the crucifix, you got to refer back to the Old Testament. Watch this. In the book of Leviticus can be found an ordinance describing the ritual ear piercing of any slave who chooses to continue in his master's service after being granted his freedom. Now watch this. Since one of the most important of all Ethiopian royal titles was slave of the cross, stay in context, the golden ring in the blackamoor's ear was probably meant to interpret or show as a deeply devotional and considering the belief in the Bible as the word of God, a highly rhetorical symbol, just like we wear the turban or the fez or etc. or our symbologies. You feel me? Of what's inside. Y'all with me? Y'all with me?
Yes, sir. It's long.
All right. Talk to me now, because see, I'm in the flesh.
Sir.
I get afraid when I don't hear nobody. I be acting like I'm out here by myself. I don't act like I got to do it by myself. I ain't get out here by myself. I'm like, man, my arms tired. I need somebody else to roll the boat, gently down the street. Let's proceed. The Ethiopian and the Holy Grail. Watch this. Due also to the age-old belief that the Ark of the Covenant had been hidden in Ethiopia, the great epics of the Arenturian cycle transformed the Ethiopian emperor into the founder of the Grail dynasty and the ancestor, 9 generations later, of the only king of the Round Table, you know, the Knights of the Round Table, who would achieve the quest. I'm giving you scholarship. Here go the names. Sir Galahad, Sirgalahad. But y'all got the document, so y'all rocking with me. We saying this for the public. It would appear that the long-standing confusion over whether the Holy Grail was a cup or a stone was a deliberate one. Considering the opportunity afforded by these Ethiopian traditions, medieval writers were able to theologically fuse together the symbols of what, y'all? Both the Old and the New Testament. How? Because it's the table of law and the chalice. I challenge anybody that don't know what I'm saying. Research what I just said. The table of law and the chalice at another time, because we're going to document 2. because we on great time. Y'all still with me?
Islam, right with you.
All right.
Islam.
Part 2, watch this. Scholarship. In the middle of the 14th century, one of the most profound examples of this symbol of the blackamoor can be seen in the use of the image. Can you go to page all the way down and go to page 2, Brian?
So for some reason on this document, it stopped on this page.
So you can probably pull it up yourself on your Google. Well, I just have to keep reading it then because it got pictures and everything going here. But oh well. But y'all got them. They got the Arms King Balazar. So I'll continue to read it and try to show the pictures as I'm going. You know, if you can try to work out the kinks as we going, so be it. If not, I'll keep going. Okay.
Yes, sir.
Gratitude is the attitude. I told you that's all I got is gratitude, man. Thank you. Thank you kindly. But in the middle of the 14th century, brothers and sisters, one of the most profound examples of the symbol of the blackamoor can be seen in the use of this image to represent Christ. I'm going to try to show you all the pictures. It is clear from the documentation we have for the city of Laungen, Laungenen, in Germany, for example, that at about that time, the city seal with the head of Christ wearing a crown of thorns is transformed to the head of a blackamoor wearing a golden crown. That the later insignia is meant to represent the former is quite obvious from the accompanying inscriptions. One of the earlier ones read, and I quote eloquently with a silver tongue, Siglium, Civium, de Longingem, which is seal of the city of Laungen, while a later version clearly explains itself as the Siglium Secretum Civatis Palatine Lavingen, which is the secret seal of the Palinate city of Lengen, the secret city. And if I can, the seals are on here. But if we get it at a later time, but I'll send the documents to whoever want them. Oh, gratitude. Y'all see that?
Islam.
Okay, let's proceed. Oh yeah, we on them. Now watch, let me show you another. A German heraldic scholar writing before the World War II offered 2 other reasons for a similar coat of arms. He pointed out that Ethiop, Ethiop, brothers and sisters, sunburnt, the black was a sun sign and therefore a symbol of divinity that could alternately be used for the Son of God or the Son of Man. He also pointed out that from what we know of the court of the Black Madonna, the blazon of the blackamoor queen was a reference to Mary, the Queen of Heaven, or her prefiguration as the Queen of Sheba, and that the male version of the insignia were therefore references to her son. Hold on. See picture? Y'all see the picture? Down the street from my mama's house, they got a lot of this stuff in the Roman Catholic Church. The discovery of this particular seal was especially surprising. This is what the writer is saying to me. He said he's taken for granted that it was either another reference to Prester John, or even more likely, y'all, to who? To Balthazar. You know Balthazar in your Bible? The black wise man of the Epiphany, or the Epiphany, who was iconographically almost always betrayed and treated as a king. Watch this, because his gifts of myrrh prophesies not only our Lord's death, but most importantly, y'all, his resurrection and the proof, therefore, of his divinity. The all balances, the blackness inspired must have had a powerful impression on the science of heraldry a coat of arms, and I'm going to show it, a coat of arms that is apparently derived from the same theological source as that of the city of Lavingen, belongs to the crews of the cross. The Rosicrucian. I'm telling you, all this stuff is us, the Knights of the Round Table. That's why when my professor said, you do not need to get into none lower and you have the wisdom, you have to create your own and stand on it and let whoever throw darts at you. But when it comes on wisdom, any brother that you know, no matter if they white or black, they only gonna have snowman wisdom. And these are facts. Why? Because I got the keys. It ain't no disrespect, and everybody know that's the truth. And since cacao shells are so literally associated with the sacrament of baptism, their number here probably signifies 3 nails, you know, of crucifixion, while the woman is in all likelihood representatives of Mary, the Queen of Sheba, the arms of King Balazar, you know. Oh, Brian got it up. What's line, Brian? No graphic demonstration of the African figure as a symbol of the sun is to be found than in the arms ascribed to King Balazar. Initially, this had posed a problem. This is what the writer is saying. He's saying, for me, since the ethnic backgrounds of the wise man, to his mind, was simply not enough of a reason for his heraldic device. It was not until coming upon an earlier text describing his coat of arms as that of the sun that I at last realized what the blackamoor on Balazar's livery signified. Since King Melkor bore a field of stars and King Caspar the moon, it is fairly obvious that as an allusion, no doubt, to the celestial phenomena which had guided them to Bethlehem. Remember that? Original arms of the Magi have been the sun, the moon, and the stars. And I do not think, that's why I told y'all Abramelin, the Magi, 3 volumes, that's another one of the most historical and scientific books. I know all 3 volumes like the back of my hand in book. That's why I just say, I just operate at peace. They can burn it all up. But the heralded insignia of both Balazar and the city of Loningen have been changed. Come on. It's been changed at the same point in history. Real talk. Look at this. The blackness as an allusion to God. Uh-oh. 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 Uh-oh, y'all. Uh-oh. Y'all with me? Look, y'all, one of my homeboys,
right with you.
Look, one of my homeboys just got on there. He was like, "She," and I'll be telling people why I'm not stopping doing what I do because I love it. He was like, "Man, the information that you be giving, blah 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 blah." I said, "I'm tired of people saying that. I really am. You know, I'm tired of especially brothers because if brothers really like the science, I gotta say this, and they see how they can donate to the school." And they like what's going on, they will. You know, if not, you know, we know what to do. You know, we know what to do. But I want to tell everybody as I proceed, because we got a little bit more time. If you own my personal YouTube, this phone might die. I don't have time to go get the charger. But we right now on our Temple and School page on YouTube. It's called Burning Bush Tabernacle Science Temple and School. Please subscribe to that channel and go there. Please, if this go dead on you, because I only got a little bit of time left on this, and I don't feel like stopping because I'm getting warm. And I got other people on other stream. I have a whole different platform on the side with a lot of my alumni. So let's proceed. The blackness as an illusion, but you see that remarkable, especially from our perspective, is evidence which would suggest that in the language of heraldry, the blackamoor could be an allusion to God himself. The most obvious of these examples are to be found in the arms of the city of Coburg. Watch this, the Cobb family of what? Nuremberg. Remember I talk about this Pestler brother is a ringleader of the Nazarites, Remember, I started talking about the order of Melchizedek when you started like, oh, wait a minute. Watch this though. I'm gonna say a word and see to y'all, will this come to your head? Watch this. Let me reverse. The most obvious of these examples are to be found in the arms of the city of Coburg, the Cobb family of Nuremberg, and the Pucci of Florence. Have y'all ever heard of Pucci clothes? Yes or no? Anybody?
Yeah, myself.
Okay, well, if you go, if in Vegas on one of the stores on the strip, it's just Pucci. They had a store, the stuff way more expensive than Gucci. Pucci.
Pucci and Gucci.
It was a high name brand. I'm telling you. And when you be thinking this stuff be coming from us, it be your whole legacy. Let's proceed. Since these three names are derived from that of Jacob, Coburg equal Jacob, Jacoburg. Cobb equals Jacob with a K. Pucci with a P. They put the J in it. Jock Pucci or Jock Pucci. The clue is to be found in the book of Genesis. Watch this. In the book of Genesis. Very much along the lines of the old Hebrew injunction against uttering the holy name. It was the second century theologian. Remember I've been telling y'all about Dionysus? And see, I went to academia for this. That's why nobody can deny what I'm saying. The Areopagite, who first alluded to God as the divine darkness. Watch this. In the passages relating to the changing of his name to that of Israel, Jacob discovered that the dark spirit he had wrestled with all night long is none other than the God in the impenetrable image of him, of his infinite self. Stay in context. The fact that the name James is nothing other than a variant of Jacob might well provide us with a significant from the arms of Sardinia I described earlier, since it is to the Aragonese king, James I, that their use can first be traced. The blackness as wisdom. Watch this. See? The blackness as wisdom. One of the most dramatic and certainly most graphic uses of blackness as wisdom can be seen in the portrayal of the good thief from a number of the 15th century Flemish masterpieces. You see that picture with the belly on the cross? Depicting the crucifixion. Depicting the crucifixion. Yeah, go back down. For the ability to recognize his savior, spiritual supremacy, you got to go back down so you can see the picture. Beneath the harsh reality of the cross, Saint Dismas is not only painted as an African, he is only painted blindfolded as well. Therefore, the blindfold on certain blackamoor coats of iron, therefore, is not a mistakenly placed headband or torse. The standard headpiece of this specific symbol when a crown is not called for. This blazon is instead the exhortation, or thank for the donation, more precisely a divine demand that we not only respond to the weakest and most helpless of our neighbors, as we would our Lord, but like Saint Dismas, that we do so even while in the death throes of our own personal crucifixion. You see, interestingly enough, a number of the early theologians, the writings on this subject have attributed to the black wise man's color the same kind of reason for which Saint Dismas or Dismas would derive his doubtedly dark image or his dark imagery, his ability to recognize the Messiah in a lowly manger. See? The social gospel, so strikingly symbolized by this example of the blackamoor blazon, is also, interestingly enough, quite, how can I say it? I want to say it in a more fashion, implicit and even its most negative use, that of the vanquished infidel. You see, more what is known regarding the popularity of the Charlemagnean epics during the later Middle Ages, y'all. We can assume that this image was, in all probability, associated with Marcel, the black heathen king, who, as the enemy of what? Christendom, as Malik would say, Christendom, was Charlemagne's paramount opponent, offered baptism at his defeat. Marcel had instead chosen death rather than accept a faith whose adherents he scornfully mocked and condemned for their immoral and reprehensible treatment of the poor. An image that was so scathing, a reminder of a community's responsibility to its less fortunate could, therefore, have only been perceived as a positive one. Oh yeah, we on good time. My brother said, keep going. The relationship of the, black image to the concept of justice was nowhere more politically utilized than with the Holy Roman emperors of the Hohenstaufen dynasty. The Hohenstaufen dynasty. Indeed, it would appear that the sable blazon of the imperial eagle and that of the Mohr's head, y'all, look at that. And in lower level masonry, that's the double edge, you know, the Lord, the snowman wisdom. The head were meant to be perceived as synonymous. The simple headbands worn by both are, as a matter of fact, identical and interestingly, or how can I say interconnected enough? But isn't it interesting, nonetheless, despite the simplicity of the design? Look at the design. Then the imperial diadem of ancient Rome. Also interesting is the fantastic coat of arms attributed to what, y'all? Ethiopia, by the heralds of the Middle Ages. Come on, for like the beastful bird of the Holy Roman Empire, Ethiopia bore a V-shaped emblem with a what? Blackamoor's head torsed at the end of each arm. Come on, brothers and sisters. This parallelism between both sets of heads can, of course, be explained by the Rex and Ascarius, the argument which occupied the very center of the politic stages during this particular period of history. So what they was trying to say, scholars and God, man, this is what we're talking about. And the people that's educated and anointed and consecrated and that's initiated with wisdom should be doing this, and the people should support it. And that's how we can stand strong and resurrect ourselves. To both the Pope, who preached the imperial nature of his sanctified position at the emperor. Watch this, Frederick II, who believed in the priestliness of his own power. The figure of the African priest king, Prester John, became an almost magical icon politically, y'all. Prester John. See, this is your Mohr's legacy. It's been whitewashed. Ask a real scholar. They'll say that brother telling you the truth. If we can interpret the double-headed eagle represented the claims of both the church and the state, it would be quite logical to surmise that the reason why Ethiopia's arms were conceived as double-headed, my brothers and sisters, is due to the belief already mentioned. Why? That the negus, the emperor, exercised what? The prerogatives of both what? Priest and king. So as Joseph Campbell has pointed out, it was to this African figure, brothers and sisters, that European literature first attributed to the very concept of popular justice. Indeed, while the church showed off his famous letter of introduction and circulated copies of the Christian world, rumors in Frederick's own lifetime made him the immediate friend of this semi-mythical king. According to popular belief, for instance, Prester John had presented him with armor made of asbestos, the elixir of youth. Like when a lot of my European professors and Jews, they were like, well, you are the elixir of wisdom. You are alchemy. Do your brothers know? Everything you're doing is elixir. A ring of invisibility. And most precious of all, which I call the philosopher's stone. See? Because they are described in the Tristram, the Undi Isolde cycles, that the arms of Sir Palomides, the Moorish prince who became a knight of the Round Table, brothers and sisters, come on, have received a certain amount of scholarly attention. Cherubed in black and white, this highly contrasting design would appear to be nothing more than perhaps the most abstract icon of those dualities already pointed to, such as God and Jacob. Jacolado is the word for the checkered in Spain, or church and state, instead of its coat armor. It is the body of Sir Furfitz Angevin, the Black Knight from Estenbach, Parzival, that is patterned in a piebald motif. The fact that the poet likens a Furfitz skin to a parchment with writings is what expands this symbol to its most encompassing parameters. To the Greeks, Palamedes, the mythological figure from whom Sir Tristram's Moorish companion derives his name, was commemorated, y'all, as the inventor of what? Writing. Then you can go where? To Alex Pushkin. What? Russian writing. Come on, y'all. Counting, weighing, and measuring. And the games of the chessboard. Since his name translates as ancient wisdom, it has been suggested that all dualistic tensions were indeed to be nuanced from the most simple yes or no, O or I, to the most sophisticated of Parmenides models regarding the I and the thou, or the one and the many. Just like when I tell y'all, when we break science down, the pendulum swings the same way as to the left. What, y'all? My emperors know that. See, as it does to the right.
It does to the right.
See, we building the perfect man. Obviously playing with the same kind of bifurcated symbolism, hidden, but right in your face as the Homstafrin eagle, or the two-headed branch of Ethiopia. The writer of the prose, Tristram, recounts that all the knights of the Round Table, y'all, Sir Palomides was the only one who wore the sword. Whether as a reference to Palomides' name or the political wisdom Prester John stood for, or perhaps as a conflation of both. It's interesting that the Blackamoor's head was one of the earliest watermarks in the history of paper making. Examples collected dated from about 1380 to 1460. Just like when I tell y'all about the brother of Hoosier, the brother, the minister, research it. I sent the documents. That's why I said, man, we just gonna keep on teaching the truth, and the truth gonna set us free. Another possible reason for the imagery of Sir Palomides could well have been a rather ironic geopolitical one, because during the Dark Ages, y'all know the Dark Ages, the culture of the Roman Empire had, for the most part, somebody said, man, you paint a beautiful picture of prehistory. Gratitude. Been fairly obliterated. During the Crusades, Western intellectuals became all too aware that it was their adversaries they would have to turn to for any advice in their educational systems, since the Muslims' world had become the reservoir of classical Greco-Roman learning due to the Saracen set of sages with which Frederick II surrounded himself. For example, brothers and sisters, Sicily developed into one of the most important intellectual centers of Europe, spreading a scholarship that had been derived from Arab translations. And we know who the real ARAP is, once again, going back to your Moorish history. you know, because Bertram Thomas will tell you that. Vladimir Dale's dictionary, ancient dictionary, will tell you what an Arab is. So we can keep fact checking all across the board. But let's continue because we on great time. His court was so Islamic in the splendor that not only the Middle East, you know, but it wasn't no Middle East, but saying what the writer's saying, but throughout Europe, he was referenced to Sultan. Sound familiar? Since the Fatimid dynasty, you know, here at the BBT, when brothers be talking about they some sheiks and they don't understand the triple rows. And I just said the Fatimid. So Fatimid is one of the rights of the triple rows. You got the Pericles, the Fatimid, or the Christian, the Jerusalem per se. So since the Fatimid dynasty of Egypt during the 11th and the 12th centuries have been of Sudanese extraction, and because their armed forces during this period have been augmented by a complement of 50,000 black troops a year, it should not be too difficult to understand how the image of the African had come to be associated, like Sir Palamedes, with ancient wisdom. I got one more and we done. Do y'all want the last part or y'all want to end it?
I need it all. I want the last part.
B said, I want it all. I want it all. Let's deal with it then. All right. Besides this possible references or this, how can I say, based off the information, John, another reason for the black blazon of the imperial eagle is to be found in the rules and regulations governing the use of metals and tinctures in coat armor. Now we're talking about alchemy. Following the classical Greek analysis of the light and the color, black and white were considered the two primaries, since the interplay between light and darkness is what was held to produce the spectrum, you know, the color spectrum. And the color spectrum goes from dark to light, not no other way. And that ain't prejudice, that's science. I don't know what nobody talking about. Furthermore, white, or more accurately, light was not defined as a color or tincture, but as the gold or the silver, which to this day are still the only options for the term metal in the language of heraldry. Black, therefore, was considered the most important of colors, ranking above the red, the blue, and the green, standardly referred to as tinctures. 13th century. See, somebody should be like, man, message. 13th centuries. Text explains the imperial insignia. Go even further because of medieval conceptions of an absorption of light by darkness. The writers theorized that within the color black was contained all the light or the white it had displayed. This is obvious, the reason why when the ruby is substituted for red, gules, and the emerald for green or vert, according to the traditions of gemology, the blazonry, it is nothing other than the diamond that stands for sable. In all probability, it is also this line of reasoning that contributed to the cult of the Black Madonna. And when I say cult, culture, it ain't nothing wrong about no culture. Everything is a cult, culture. Your church is a cult. It's a culture. So don't let nobody get you caught up in negative connotations of things. We ain't going to play that neither. For having borne the light of creation within her very womb, the devotion to the mother of God as the coal, the black queen of heaven, is a superb example of how this law of physics was at one time interpreted. So according to early heralds, the black eagle on a field of gold translated quite literally to as God is in heaven, so is the emperor on earth. Don't it sound familiar in your Bible? You want the same thing on earth as it is in heaven? You talk about you got to die for heaven. Well, because you don't know who you are. My people are lost due to a lack of what? Because they refuse to what? Learn who they are. My people are destroyed. The color of its outspread wings was explicitly said to symbolize the embodiment of the materialization of light. Furthermore, since it was also held that the dark by its interaction with the light it was produced. The spectrum, the color black, apparently came to represent the intermediary position, a divine rights monarch maintained between his God and his people. And if the eagle, therefore, was a zoomorphic symbol of the ideas family, the blackamoor in Hohenstaufen, Europe, could only have been interpreted as their anthropomorphic. Remember we talk about in IDMR, our upbringing, the anthropomorphic equivalent. See, we dealing with science and mathematics and probability and history with the information. Indeed, there is another explanation for the imperial eagle's blackness that bears this out as the most powerful of birds flying too close to the sun. That's why when I start showing y'all history of the Thunderbird, y'all ever seen the car with the Thunderbird on it? Then I start showing y'all ancient history what the Thunderbird is. Then I can start showing you stuff that's been hidden. You'd be like, man, wow. Then I can start showing you totem poles, all on the totem poles. Just like when I be telling people, stop being afraid. Don't be afraid. I already been through the fire. Just like I sent y'all in 1995, all that Illuminati playing cards. Ain't nothing to be afraid of. Because people like, I want this, I want that. I say, what you want? You living in it. So why you want a game to play? And the game is your life. I'm trying to show you it with your eyes. And when we come together, what's being played out, you can, it's almost like that movie. When you pull the glasses down, you see what's going on, but you know the real. So you can take the glasses off. See? See? As most powerful of the birds flying too close to the sun, it's like the Ethiop was regarded as a solar symbol, perhaps because of its so recent, as therefore so comparatively easier to interpret. One of the more exciting examples of the blackamoor as a symbol of the Redeemer, that's what the stone, that's what the rejected stone is. I'm telling you, I am the stone that the builder rejected. Don't, is the one to be found in an insignia designed by Pope Pius VII in early part of the last century, commonly referred to as the Morito. It was awarded to the Princess of Academy of St. Luke, a class of nobles created exclusively for artists by the Holy See. You know, by the Holy See. So let me cut this off because my internet finna cut off on the other one. Because I told people to go on our Temple and School page, so I'm ending on that. Sorry if they didn't get it. It's there now. So let's proceed because we almost done. But it is in the age-old tradition that St. Luke once painted a portrait of the infant Jesus, where the key to the symbolism of the papal decoration can be found. The fact that St. Luke is also an evangelist is evidence enough that at least allegorically, y'all, because the Bible is allegory, symbology, parable, he has succeeded in the challenge, which as a true artist, he would, of course, had to confront, that of conveying in his paintings the divine reality incarnate in the form of a human child. As clearly then as the Morito, or in English, the little Mohr, is a metaphor for the incarnate God St. Luke portrayed. So too is the implied challenge to the artist to portray for the world, y'all, the divinity, the nascent in it. Go up, look at the statue. Keep going. Because I got it. I'm reading. Yeah, there you go. It is the last example in particular, which leads, this is what the writer is saying, him to think that the blackamoor figure, candelabra, dating back a century or two earlier, was meant to be seen in the light. And so when I show y'all the symbols, the ancient history of the symbols, and then when I show y'all the god Artemis in the Christian book that Malik that I told him to rush and get, it show you that they were symbols too, and they got the Moorish heads. I connected the science already. I hope we listening. And they tried to whitewash god Artemis. I hope we catching the science. It ain't no disrespect. Instead of another embarrassing icon like the lawn jockey or the Aunt Jemima cookie jar, those examples of mainstream Americana, which many of us find so embarrassing. This classic European object, the art, was possibly intended either as an injunction or a blessing. And from what I have already pointed out regarding the imagery of St. Maurice, perhaps the most negative significance they might have had is that they were also intended as counter-reformation propaganda. When that people be trying to hide that religion. But we know what the Protestant did. What? They want to hide the early church fathers. It's in the Bible. I'm not disrespecting no one. I'm telling you to rise up, brothers and sisters. What I hope I have at least succeeded in providing here is the outline for a study, which even though based on so arcane and romantically European a tradition as heralded, could nevertheless prove a great deal more revolutionary than any of the more politically correct approaches to Black history undertaking thus far. For as this was the visual language that once articulated or signified the most important of the spiritual, the cultural, and the political aspirations of the West, it would not be too difficult to imagine the kind of impact such a primer or catechism of positive Black symbolism could have today on those whose self-imagery has been so consistently and so systematically destroyed by the racism of our more recent past. And this is what my professors be saying. They're like, it's you, Sheik. All the people got to do is support. It's been proven. You can rest your case. And today, one few vestiges that remain of this medieval mystical or mysticism, can be found in the color of the robes were worn at graduation. When I talk about the hex alpha and the fez, they both are 360 degrees, but different parameter. Y'all should be proud at the graduation. I challenge academia, Christian academia. I can stand strong. I don't got no degree in them. I got a degree in Christian studies, in Christian leadership, in first century history and religion and linguistics. I'm an Islamic studier. What are we talking about? And a scholar, I have a full library. I'm coming with love. But although clerical garb, let me go back. But also the graduation cap, that rite of passages by which society declares us to be educated, and the roles of those who make decisions regarding our legal affairs. Although clerical garbs might be interpreted as the rejection of worldly comforts and benefits, it is therefore a mark of the wearer's more profound pursuit as well. When I deal, like me and my dad always say, I don't get no, when people be looking at me, I don't act like I'm a know-it-all, but you walk proud. And that's your confidence, because when you went and challenged academia with what you know, I didn't convert to nothing. That shows that person, that profoundness pursuit, that profound pursuit of the talented tip, not as a gatekeeper holding nothing, but then coming back and teach as a Pied Piper, as Melchizedek, telling brothers and sisters support. If this is so big, if it means something, support. I don't care if you do whatever with your finance, support. Why can't we support? Why can't we? Why can't we support mentally, physically? If we say, man, Sheik, you should have a temple, and you should, all the people got to do is support, I have it. You should have a big library of this. I need the people support. I'll give everybody a taxes receipt right now to claim on your taxes. Now what? And as every woman knows, it is the secret of the little Black basic, which can add immersively to her air of sophistication. And so with that, I want to end right there. I want to say gratitude. As I like to tell my brothers and sisters, we can't diss biblical scripture. We can't diss history. It all go together. I showed y'all Russian icons. I've been showing all this St. Maurice and all this history is going to go together, showing you what was here in the Americas. And then if we are freemen, like my dad always say, not freedmen, we are ancient Amazikians. We got to understand basic understanding. Just like I showed before the 1866, the 1838, the colored brothers constitution, or the colored men telling them that they definitely ain't no 14th Amendment Negroes, none of that. And then when my dad was just, is so prophetic that my family history, 1801 here in Americas. That's why I'll be telling us about our coats of arms. That's why I say all it takes is people to support, to come their time and a little couple dollars to support. And it ain't gonna hurt nobody. That's how we can build this. That's how I can share the wisdom. Because I travel on my own dime. If I lecture with other Europeans, man, and they love me, and other people get turbans and all that, why don't my other brothers and sisters support? I always ask my brothers and sisters that. Because if your family, your big mama, them go to church, and if you go to church, you donate to the church, you don't have a problem with that. But this is our church. Why? Because I'm here as Melchizedek. Look what the internet have done to us. We can have a brick and mortar. How? All it takes is finances. We can have everything we want. We don't have to talk about what nobody else doing. We can talk about what we doing. But as I close and open up the table for what anybody want to add or say or gratitude of anything, what they learn, what we seen from past history, as brothers looking up their coat of arms, just like I was showing Tom Barclay, all that history, melanated brothers, what they did, all brothers in history were in Americas, all that here, and people got to understand what's going on in the world, not be so caught up gun-ho as a Democrat, but look what's going on and say, okay, I get that. But what about us as a people? When I say one nationality, many cultures, that should be the common denominator of us. I ask every melanated person, Malik, I say, are you down with reparations? They'll say, yep, I'm down with reparations. Yeah, Black Lives Matter. I say, well, Black people will never get reparations. You on mute, Noble. So anybody got anything they want to add or anything? Because what more can I say? Like I said, if this movement can be spread, I need the people.
Period.
I mean, it's just what it is, and it's not a burden. It's not a burden on all of us. It's nothing I do, nothing I ask for is a burden on none of us. Nope. Especially what the love that I give, and this is a movement, this is a ministry, So we don't have to deal with the negative connotations when people be always trying to be negative, or the white man is, or we don't need this, and God didn't need finances and all that. Man, that don't even make sense. We in the flesh. It's things that we have to do in the flesh. Stop the cap. We're not going to be wasteful. Like my dad on here, and I know he can agree. Like we talk about this, the political thing going on right now. What's the purpose of misnomer Black people marching and boycotting stores, and all they're going to do is go spend their money somewhere else? What's the purpose? I mean, if you really think about it consciously, we stopped their money. We stopped. Okay, so you're going to go what? And support what? Another store. I mean, and then with biblical history, we cannot be afraid to speak. If you want to speak biblical history, let's speak about it. We're speaking on it. We're speaking on biblical history, Christianity, the Christian aspect, the Islamic aspect, the Egyptian aspect. It all was you. This is what I'm saying. We got to stop letting people play Crips and blood on us, brothers and sisters. This is what I'm saying. Come on, I'm here as your brother. I'm here as your brother. If we all use the same books, how can we be different? We got the same forefathers as in the Bible and in the Quran. What's wrong with us? We let other people interpret the history. That's a sham.
Lack of knowledge, because we refuse to learn.
And it's no disrespect to no one. So do anybody got anything they want to add? Peace, Dad.
No, I would say gratitude for continue to come bring things full circle and back again.
Peace, Dad.
Gratitude.
Peace. But like you said, from one store to another, a boycott, like if you're gonna start buying, like from a Mohr, or start buying things from one of your own people, I can see having a boycott. But having a boycott go from one a European to another, I don't see the benefit.
And see, and we're talking about establishments. We get to talking about establishment, we get to talking about finance, and the first thing we say is we don't have the money. And that's why I want to close. We have to get out of that. We have to get out of being wasteful. The only way movement happens is people use their finances. When y'all think back in the day with Harold Belafonte and Jim Brown, Harold Belafonte was like, wait a minute, y'all. all y'all athletes and all that workers, all y'all support this. Let the scholars, let the educators do it. No football, no entertainer got no right doing it. You go do your thing. Build this up so we can have something. Build this up and continue to do your thing. The brother got the plan, just like Noble Drew Ali had the plan, just like Dr. Kinley had the plan. Now here I am in the flesh connecting the two. It take us. There's nothing wrong with that.
Nope.
There's nothing wrong with that. And we don't have to be talking about what nobody else did. Oh, well, this person did that. Yeah, it ain't happened with me. Ain't nobody gave me no $250,000 donated to it. Ain't nobody gave me no $250,000. I wish a whole bunch of my people gave me $250,000. I wish. I show you what, that ain't nothing. I show you what happened. Because I'm already doing this here. We'll just be doing what we're doing more magnanimous. We'll have a temple in wherever it need to be, a functioning school. See, we know how to do things. So that's what I'm saying.
$250,000 just to put it out there.
So if we keep our energy right, y'all, and if we understand what the value of a dollar and how using our money as tax exempt status instead of giving away to Uncle Sam, and understand this, that we can't be afraid to talk about this, because this is how we decipher our money that we give away to our religious and charitable contribution of our choice, and we can give them, and we can get a tax exempt receipt. And I show you, depending on your state, how much you can give to your organization, you know what I mean, to offset it or balance it or whatever. Just like as we close like this, in the state of California, you can donate 60% of your tax income or your earned income to your religious and charitable contribution of your choice. So therefore, say if Malik owed Uncle Sam $1 million in California, he could donate $600,000 and get the rest to Uncle Sam. Man, do you know I'll be jumping around, man? I'll be like, dang, Malik, so then Malik could get all the other NBA players. And then we got all these brothers like, man, we're on the same level in the state of California. They like what I'm doing. They say, man, this brother building this up. Man, I ain't know Malik, why you ain't tell me about this brother? Man, we need to help this brother get to school, get the temple. We need to see these young kids and everything with fez and turbans. He a trainer, you a basketball coach. Y'all can have your own charter school. We got this. What are we talking about? Others do it. We start with our own spirituality. This the dynamics what I'm talking about. How? Because we giving it to Uncle Sam anyway. Oh, I paid my taxes, yes, but I'm tax exempt from the federal government. Religious, charitable, scientifically. I have to say this, how? You can donate to your charitable contribution of your choice, and I can give you a tax exempt receipt. Isn't that beautiful?
You just said something so profound a second ago about the example with players, right? You could just think they need the tax write-offs, right? And they bought a house. Instead of buying a house, I would just pay what I would pay in my mortgage to the church and let the church pay for the house.
Yes, it could be a parsonage. It's just so much with people. That's, man, just like I'll be sharing about the Sopranos. That's why the Sopranos and the Catholic, like I say, I'm not black, can nothing be attached to me, because that means there's no lawyer confidentiality. Black people don't have that. It's super mortis. I tell everybody, you say black, anything attached to me, it's like anti-Semitic, because black have no standing in law. So when you're dealing with the Sopranos, everything was what? Owned by what? The church. The construction. Everything was owned through the church. And just like when you're dealing with me, if you love what I'm doing and you're a hustler, you can donate whatever to me. I don't have to say nothing. Why? It's a donation. That's what I keep telling people. It's like, we're not doing nothing wrong. We're doing the Creator's work. But the law says what we can do. The law says what we can do. We a church, we can do these things. It's set up like that. So when I tell people we can give donations, every time a person get on here, a person could give $20, $25. That's why one of my homies said, if you get on here every time she's on here speaking and you don't give nothing, that's messed up. And you would go to church and have your family, you would go get $20, $25 to the church, and you would come on here every week, every Sunday, and praise this man and won't lace that man's pocket with nothing. That's effed up. And I'm just saying what people, I got plenty emails saying that because I know a lot of people will go and tip bad service and just be saying, well, I'm being nice. And your service will be horrible. And you will come home and be like, the service is horrible. And you would tip $20, $25 to 30%. And that's all I'm saying. And I'm like, what's wrong with me? If I'm so great, what people be saying, and he's so great, and okay, well, it ain't worth nothing. So if you came to my temple, my physical temple every time, and you wouldn't give a donation, you wouldn't give nothing. I'm gonna give you things. It wouldn't be honorable to homage as a workman do his hire. It wouldn't be on you to do that. Yes or no?
Yeah.
I'm just asking because if I'm saying something wrong for me, I want brother to say, "No, brother, you tripping," and then I'm okay with everybody having their own understanding of things. But I don't have a problem with it. Anything that I love spiritually, economic, that's helping me as a person, as a man, and navigate this world, especially spirituality, I hold it dear to me, and I don't have no problem supporting it just as much as I do anything else, recreation. And that's what I'll be asking my brothers and sisters. Is this important to you? Because I love all my family. Me and my father talk about this. That's why I can lecture about books, but then what touch people's hearts is when we can be serious with things. My dad always said, I love my family, both sides. But I didn't get into this for my family to support. I know they love me. I got into this for the people that know my voice to support, like you, Malik, like Brian, like Dre Shaw, like the other people out here that know me, like my mom and my dad that understand that. And other people, yes, they love me. So as we doing things, I'm just thankful for the support that I get from that group. That's why I say I got to keep things positive, even though sometimes I may cry at night. I told you I'm going to always be honest and transparent. I wish my whole family supported me and everything because voila, we'll be popping.
Yep.
You know?
I feel that.
And nobody, and like my dad said, it won't be hurting nobody pockets. It wouldn't hurt nobody pockets. Not one person, it wouldn't hurt. So I just want to say gratitude because I know a lot of us don't know about taxes. And I think a lot of misnumbered Black people, when tax time comes right now, they think they're getting a tax return and they don't even know what they're looking at. It's like looking at a water bill or a consumer bill. You just pay the bill. You don't know what the hell that bill breakdown is. So when tax time comes, people talk about they getting a tax return. You ain't getting no tax return. You're getting the tittle of what you kicked out. Now, if you don't know that, and if you're happy to get some pennies back and you don't have no deductions and all that, and supporting your religious and charitable contribution of your choice, that's our fault. That's why we'll never have nothing, y'all, as a people. Because that's the only way we're going to get something. How? With our finances. We can't depend on no ex-basketball player or our friends that dribble the ball or the people that we know that's making that money. And then after they playing days over, they want us to support them. We have to continue to show it and show this. We have to do it at the times that's happening right now in our communities. Property is cheap. We can do some things together, just like we buy, just like we got land noble. All the stuff that we done, we have to do this. We have to spread it and make it important. And then the others will come and support what we're doing. We have to be evangelists. We have to be the apostles, like my dad said, and spreading the good news and getting one person right next to us. That's our job because we're doing a solid thing. And so I want brothers to have the same understanding and compassion and love as what we're doing, to understand it takes everything: time, charity, and finances. And I'm not afraid to talk about that. I will hope people understand the time and the dedication and the finance and understand the work that I put in and the scholarship that I do with all my brothers, the documents that people pay swell for, that y'all have free access to on information from all levels, and what we're doing as a body of people, where we at. Look where we were a couple years when we were, Malik. We going on 5-6 years together, and we ain't grew up together in the same neighborhood. I'm from Flint, Michigan. I grew up on Patterson Street. I'm from Florida, native from Florida. Look what the Holy Spirit done for us. Look what the Holy Spirit. My dad here. This is so prophetic. Look somewhere where they dad will be here, speaking as an elder, connecting the dots, showing us here as a map and a guide. Look at all those brothers here. Look what the Holy Spirit done. You can't tell us this ain't powerful? Come on.
Indeed.
My professor said, well, anybody that want to learn history and science and spirituality, they can get a master's degree dealing with you.
Hello.
So once again, man, thank everybody for taking time out their day, and thank those that just have it on the heart to support consistently. I have to say that as I leave, because these are conversations I have with others. It need to be consistent, what we're doing. Sporadically is good, and I thank you. I call that, like, how can I say, when you have a barbershop and you have clientele and you have people just drop in, they might just come in because they need a haircut. They might not never come back, or they might come back sporadically and say you're the best ever. But I need that consistency so we can depend on it, so we can bank on it. So no matter if you show up or not, it's there. That's like my Jewish colleagues that understand giving that 10th. When we say we the Jews, we ain't doing nothing Jewish, because the Jews split their money 3 ways. And charity is number uno. The Bible tells you that. And what? Melchizedek, that 10th is ordained from the Creator. What we've been talking about. So why do we have a problem with that? We shouldn't. So I give gratitude and honor once again. Malik, do you got anything? Anybody else don't got anything? We can do our North American prayer and our benediction. But thank you once again, y'all. Like I said, my empress made these new shirts. I love them. And they got love, truth, peace, freedom, justice, and then protector, God, and salvation. You know, we're going to make some hoodies. You know, we're going to keep being righteous. You know, we're going to keep that fist up. We might do some more with the hand up. But as we get creative, man, we ask people to support our movement. Support Mohr'sHaberdasher.com. Get some turbans. If you don't have a fez, go get your head fitted from the Hat Club and order a fez. You know, I'll show you how to tie your turban. Give you a kufi. I got so many books on my book company, mypdfbooks.com. That's books with the Z. All my information is scrolling at the bottom. So when people be hitting me up like, Sheik, what's your information? If you hear, all my information is at the bottom. Get with me is no, I want you to get with me. When you give a donation, I want you to hit me up. I'm going to give you literature. I want you to be my guest in class. I want you to be consistent with this. I don't care if it's $5, $10. When we do that consistently, it means a lot. 1 million people giving $1 is $1 million. 1 million people giving $1 is $1 million. 10,000 people giving 40,000, giving $40 a month is what? $4.8 million. We are electric. We can never say we can't do nothing. Yes, we can. So I give gratitude to y'all, man, for believing in me and trusting me. And, and I give honor to my father for trusting me and my mom for trusting me, and building me up to be the man I am. This road is hard and it is lonely. We always talk about it. But just like the Messiah was, when you here to stand and be justice and teach truth, that's what it is. But my people know my voice and no one can deny what I'm saying. Like my dad said, it's a beautiful time to be a noble movement of the BBT. Because what it shows, what we've been promulgating from day one, has always been relevant and can be proven from scholarship, from biblical history. That's what we're showing, from no biasness. Who have doing this on the internet, anything with scholarship, not only just talking Noble Malik, but giving reference, giving books, history, and all that, from no biasness, from history, from spirituality to our Masonic degrees. No one.
Nope, not one. No, not
No
one.
one. And so, I'm proud of what the Creator allowed me to do today. I'm proud to be a good man. I'm proud to be a good man. I'm proud to be my father's son. I'm proud to know who I am. I'm proud. And I'm proud I understand my Moorish legacy, connecting my El Bay to my name, which the Declaration of Human Rights says, Article 15, that we have a right. So once again, my brothers and sisters, as I close, love, truth, peace, free, justice. Allah is my protector, my God, and my salvation. With gratitude, can we get our North American prayer? And then I'll do our benediction when we out of here.
Allah, Father of the universe, Father of love, truth, peace, freedom, and justice. Allah is my protector, my guide, my salvation, by night and by day, through his holy prophet, Drew Ali, Sheik Goodman Bay in the flesh, Inshallah and Ashay. Peace, 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 peace.
Peace. Man, somebody said, man, you look just like them pictures you've been showing. He like, brother, he was like, this is captivating. He look, oh my God. He like, how you got your turban tied like that? I got my other, social media. He like, how in the hell you got your turban like that? No, that's not one of them caps you see people got on, brother. Yeah, we tie all my movies. We tie our turbans.
That's right.
And I'll show you how to tie it. I'll show you. I'll tie it. I have them. I sell all the turbans. I have everything for our culture. But yeah, this is a tied turban. It's wrapped. And then the other ones are she-mags. So I just want to put that out there. But yeah, this is how we do it, man. So let's do our benediction. And it reads, may the benediction of Allah be upon thee, be upon you and me always. As thou shalt strive to be a credit to Allah, make haste to stow thine acts of love upon all our brothers, and we shall all do our best to shun all evil. Remember to take the suckle of the breast of knowledge, wisdom, fortitude, charity, love, and all standing, that we all might nourish the souls of all men, women, and children, regardless of creed, sex, caste, or color. Let the truth be thy shield in the midst and the manifest battles of falsehood. We shall all know that we never need to pick the lock to the gates of paradise by petty or criminal theft. For behold, the key to salvation already rests within our own hands. And yes, even though a portion of our nature is weakness, instability, and inconstancy, and inconsistency, there is still the greater parts of our nature that is divine. May Allah, may Buddha, may Confucius, may Yahweh, Muhammad, whatever name you give his praise of your understanding, may it guide you, may it preserve you, may it lengthen your age, and may it give you everlasting peace. El Rahman, El Rahim, Yahak, Ya Muhammad, Ashe, Shalom Alaikum, peace, 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 Hotep, amen, amen. I love everybody and thank everybody for their time and thank everybody for their monetary donations. Gratitude. Take us out, BBT.
Peace, peace.
mypdfbooks.com. That's books with a Z.
Once again, this broadcast has been brought to you by mypdfbooks.com, where reading funds the mental. That's books with a Z. Also brought to you by bindedbooks.com, where treasures are bound. Be sure to visit Herbs of My Eye and get all of your teas, My Eye Son's teas, divinely prepared. And also be sure to check out all of those musical stylings by Brian Hicks Bay at bhbaymusic.com. For your everyday items and religious regalia, be sure to check out Mohr'sHaberdasher.com. And for that everyday especial Mohr's drip, be sure to check out Mohr'sSachi.com. And all of these companies are powered by ALO Design Pros. Design your online business strategy today.
I'm a spirit speaking, truth seeking, heart reaching, knowledge leaking, seeds sowing, harvest reaping, man of meager means. I have yet to leave, I'm still breathing. To quit, I have no reason. I mean, I'm asleep, but I be trying to live my dreams. I cannot even act if it's all easy. Either you gon' do it or you don't really. It ain't no in between. Baby, you can ask the sun, it's an everyday thing. Consistency in your routine is how you bring reality. Working like a slave, that's how I made this masterpiece. Living